Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another lovely co-video with my good friend Spilt Milk. Spilt Milk, why don't you give him a hello there?
Yo, guys, what's going on?
Why, what a gentleman way of introducing yourself, Mr. Spilt Milk.
Why, thank you. Thank you, good sir. Okay, do you mind if I take over?
Yeah, why, yes, go on ahead.
Well, okay, guys. So, for this game, I decided to give DAK a little bit of a spin. I remember somebody asking about, for some tips and tricks for DAK. And I said today was a good day. I was playing as allies. I was losing a lot as allies. I was like, man, I can't make it work. Kept running into some fucking DAK and Wehrmacht cheese, and I'm going to have a blast with it. So, I saw a top 45 player in the world with DAK do this build. Basically, what he's going to do is, and I copy, is I'm going to go 250. And these guys are going to cap, and I'm going to put the 250 with my Panzer Grenadiers. I see a lot of players complain about how they're very expensive, but if you put them next to a vehicle, they're pretty easy to use. So as always on this map, I'm going to go ahead and grab the fuel. As a DAK main, or player, excuse me, go ahead and grab that fuel. Fuel and DAK are essential. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes this map. I've been rusty with DAK, but at the same time, I'm still going to end up winning because my Axis bias kicks in. Yeah, you know, the bias that keeps the world going round. Seriously, at the Relic headquarters right now, there's a poster of Adolf Hitler. I have no doubt that the staff walks up to it and licks the fucking gonads of the poster before they start their day programming this game. Yeah. So, that's my opinion on Relic right now. And here's my 250 mobile. I'm going to go ahead and cap. There's the engineers. Remember, you Axis mains, stay away from the engineers. They will hurt you like a hot butter through a knife. I'm going to keep my distance. For some reason, he's going to get behind the cover. Now, if you're thinking, hey, this guy looks like a 1,000 ranked player, he's not. He's actually top 300, and he mains Brits. And his name is Badge Master for some reason. Now, we'll get back to that name a little bit later. I got a joke for it. So, for some reason, he doesn't press me. If I was Brits, I would go ahead and press the engagement, but I guess he thought I was going to bait him, so that could be it. 250 is going to cap, and I'm going to get my Swagenwagen mobile running up into the front, yeah? Look at this, so much fun. And I'm going to go ahead and pop these guys out because they're going to get a big fire rate and accuracy bonus if I got those stats right. That little icon above it. And watch how fast these Brits get shredded. But the DAK is underpowered. I can't win with the DAK. Look at that. I literally farted out a squad. And it's, yeah, you know, the shooting them in the face, the backing off the point. Too easy, Pachisians out of here. And over here, I'm still going to hold back the Brits. Keep your engineers long range, and they're going to win every time. I believe these guys cost 200, these 220. So, honestly, it's pretty easy to fight Brit engineers. And here's my backup squad. I'm going to be aggressive as soon as these guys get over here. Now with the 250, keep it close to a squad, and you're always going to get those bonuses. I immediately said, screw munis, I don't really need it as DAK right now. I want to maintain that precious fuel control, yeah, so I can get my Panzerwagen out. Panzerkampfwagen. And I'm going to try to grab this building. You know, the Brit is getting for it. He knows what he's doing. He's going to nade me. But mine Axis bias will kick in. Oh no, an engine crit. Whatever shall I do? Now I'm going to go ahead and hop out the house so I can maintain those bonuses because look how far away I can be from the vehicle and still get the bonuses. You'll see it pop up in a second. And boom, look at that. I'm a fucking football field away at this point. And, you know, I'm going to focus them down. His nade's on cooldown, 30 seconds. So I said, I got to fucking win this engagement or I'm going to suffer in the early game. And boom. The Axis bias is glorious. You cannot defeat us at close range because I have bolt action shotguns apparently. And yes, that is a joke. I know a bolt action rifle is not a fucking shotgun for somebody who is anally correct on their weapon systems. And boom, my Axis bias kicks in. Oh yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. You win every engagement because you just look at them. It's fucking hilarious. And this is nerf Brits, by the way. So sadly, Brits took a huge nerf. You know, Relic headquarters saw that the AT boys blobs were pretty nasty, but they nerfed Brits way too hard. Now, I'm gonna almost win this engagement. I should have been, you know, constantly running after him and getting the bonuses. But look at this. This is a broken 250, right, my guy? And I'm still kicking ass and taking fucking names. He's shooting and scooting on the move, yeah. And I realize I'm low. I'm gonna hold my ground, try to get the bonus damage, but I'm going to lose this 250. And the fatherland will be most displeased. Terrible playstyle. But I'm gonna bleed the Brit again. I mean, shit, man. For a fucking 250, I killed a squad. For 260 and bled him. For probably another 40 manpower. So good shit. Raw, maintaining fuel, map control. You know, kicking ass, taking names. There's a MG in the church over here for some fucking reason. I'm gonna ignore it, because look at this map control I get over here. I keep forgetting I can't use the fucking buttons in recording. Egg on my face. Yeah. And, you know, as soon as I'm gonna hear this window crack, I know there's a MG there, and I'm gonna back off. There's no reason to push it. I can't cap the fuel point in time, it'll just pin me. So let's just control this fuel over here. Let's maintain positive map control. Yes, he has one little sliver, but I have everything else in my pocket. Now, I'm doing the German accent because I know a lot of people were enjoying the German accent in the comments. I also have a video where I do a German blimp skit. It's buried deep in my other videos. This is a comedy channel, but, you know, for some reason I'm just focused on Co right now. But my TikTok account is more focused on comedy. But, you know, gotta do what you have fun with, you know. And my bad, I'm all over the place, but I'm gonna go ahead and hold this right here. If you're wondering, well, why hold? It's because I'm maintaining fuel control, I'm stalling him, and at the same time I'm bleeding him. Even if I lose this engagement, I'm buying time so I can keep teching up, because DAK needs to upgrade the vehicles, and I'm gonna immediately rush out an 8 rad. The 8 rad will hit you point blank on the move every fucking time. Is that unfair? 100%. Absolutely, it's 100% fucking unfair. But hey, you know what? The German army is the best army in the whole fucking world. And here's my other 250. So even though I lost the original 250, you can get a cheap Panzerjäger squad. I call it a panic AT squad because they're not that great, but they can handle British light vehicles and American light vehicles pretty decently. And you get the 250 back, giving me bonuses. So, if you're wondering, did I just get 2 units for the price of 275 manpower? You are not wrong, mein Kamerad. Okay, so for this right here, there's a guy in the house. I'm going to go ahead and throw a smoke grenade, block line of sight. I thought I was getting the cap, but egg on my face, he popped out and blocked the fuel cap, and you can tell because it's not ticking down. So, he's getting the BPs back. No stress, no stress. And I see him out of the fog. I'm going to go ahead and rush for the house to block him, because he's going to go back. And he doesn't want to take the risk. He's going to panic and retreat. Honestly, he could have taken it. And he's going to back out. I'm going to regain control of the fuel and buy time. So keep an eye on these mines over here, because this mine's going to come in pretty clutch. Make sure to put your mines along the traffic path. If you're wondering, well, why right here? Vehicles can actually scoot through this doorway right here and cause you a little bit of havoc. So over here, DAK's going to maintain nice control. I'm going to try to body block the cat. You know, I don't want him to win. There's my MG 34 popping for 100 manpower. Is it expensive? Yes. The MG. And I'm going to go ahead and charge through it. I realize I can win. The 250 can knock him out, and he's falling back. At the same time, I'm holding back over here. I'm going to lose the squad because I didn't realize there's an MG suppressing my guys. He's going to focus it down. Egg on my face. I should have retreated at a healthier, what's it called? In a healthier model. And I lose it, but no big stress. There's my 8 rads popped out, kicking ass and taking names. 8 rad go burr. I call it the shrimp mobile because it looks like a fucking shrimp that you eat at a buffet. Delicious. Oh. Engineer's gonna chill out over here. I thought he was gonna press and I could burn him through the bushes. And over here, I didn't realize Brit was actually capping me. The map gets weird. Sometimes it won't show anything. So I'm gonna lose the squad because I'm not paying attention. Being a little bit slow today. I'm gonna go in his base, fuck up his MG because, you know, 8 rad goes burr. Boom! I try to focus those Brits, and I'm almost gonna wipe him, but he keeps replenishing, and I realize it's a lost cause, and I'm gonna back out because I know he has AT nades. The reason why I didn't throw it is because he was waiting for this squad to hit me and nade me. But I'm gonna get out of there because, you know, my axis bias kicks in, yeah. Now, I fuck up. I should have went the long way around. He could have put a mine right here, but I figured since he's spending all these munis on boys anti-tank rifles, he can't do it. I'm gonna send the 250 over here. I'm gonna burr him down. I realize I can take a satchel, but I feel confident in my ability. And he retreats because he has no munis. There's my medical. I'm going to reposition that. Make sure to put your handbrake on the medical. The reason why is when you select all units, it keeps it from moving. And it's just one of the benefits. You're the only medical vehicle in the game that can do that. So that's a huge benefit. I don't know why ally vehicles can't get handbrake. Apparently, you know, allies didn't develop the technology to put a fucking brake on their truck. But hey, you know, co-developers, you guys are really kicking ass and taking names. Yeah, you know, as Germany develops a handbrake first, it was stolen technology after they took over the Reichsland. Because apparently, fucking vehicles on the ally side can't have a handbrake. We can't have nice things. Thanks, Relic. So here I'm popping up this rate. 8 rads already at veterancy 1. You know, kicking ass, taking names, increases fucking accuracy and acceleration. Now this is gonna help even more. The 8 rad never fucking misses. So get ready to sweat when you see this fucking thing out. When you see the shrimp mobile out, you better have support because it's GG. So over here, I'm gonna use the 8 rads flexibility. For this one, I waited a while. I was wondering what should I tech, but I went armored support. The reason why is you get free map packs with armored support. So whenever he pumps out the counter, which I realize is gonna be a stort, I can see it through the fog of war. Yeah, if you think that's bullshit, 100% agree with you, but you know what? Axis bias! So I can't press the center of the town. I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna keep these guys in. You know, keep the Brit on his toes. Repair the 8 rad. I'm gonna push over here. My DAK attack is going to go ahead and block the point. And yes, DAK attack, we say that. Well, whenever we see the fucking DAK players kicking ass and taking names. And, you know, again, just kicking ass. Not much to stress about. Behind heavy cover, I'm getting the fire rate bonuses, and I can handle 2 squads with my 1 squad. Because, you know, DAK is underpowered. And here's my backup boys. He wants to snare me. Don't know why. It won't fucking matter. And my 8 rad goes burr. Vroom, 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 oh my, Reginald, run for your fucking life, my dear boy. They're bearing us down. Yeah, Hans, if you keep shooting them in the face, they will eventually fall over. I realize we're shooting 20mm rounds. They should be dead. But this game has no logic. And 20mm rounds will fucking disintegrate a human being. 50 cal traps you in half. 20mm will make you disappear like a fucking magic show. If I've got that right. I believe it's a 20mm autocannon. So, chill out over here. My rest is showing. These guys, there's my map packs kicking in. Did you say map packs? No, I mean the game gives you free map packs. So, Panzerjäger squad. A lot of Axis players complain about the squad, but you have this lovely ability that shoots tear gas that will stun the tank and allow you to put more damage on target. I'm going to go ahead and make a counter martyr because this tank can fight off Shermans. Pretty much any tank in the fucking game it can penetrate. Maybe a Black Prince that struggles on until you vet it up. Over here, I'm going to burr these Brits down. So, the reason why you want to go I chase the Brits, I realize this is his only repair squad for a while. He's manpower clapped. And, it's going to stall his repair time. And look at that shit, man. 8 rad go burr, never misses. I'm going to flank around the MG right here. I'll tell you what now, mate. It's going to be a pretty sight when I burn it down. Too easy, Paul Cheesy. He's going to back off. Brits coming over here full force. I'm going to back these guys off. They're very weak until they get the MG34, or they get veterancy bonuses. Then they can fight infantry pretty easy for only 275 manpower. Excuse me. And I'm going to go ahead and chase the MG down. I'm going to be a fucking petty motherfucker right now. And he's not getting away from me. Fuck that shit. It's mine. Can't escape. And boom! Get the wipe in base. Because the power of the 8 rad is too much to handle. I'm going to get out of there because, you know, my bias kicks in. He's going to recruit the MG. No stress. I bled him on manpower. I keep his squad stalled. So even though I don't pick it up, I'm getting benefits. Now I realize I'm lacking in map control. I've lost too many squads. But if you're thinking I'm going to lose, guys, don't worry. Look, I'm Axis, okay? How can I possibly fucking lose? I'm going to go ahead and heal up. For some reason, the medical has a very small ratio on healing, and I have to reposition it. There is the lovely, lovely Stuart. And Martyr comes out in the field. Boom. Big shot. Look at that. Fucking almost half health. One shot. I'm going to return to my fucking hidey hole. Yep, and that's what I'm talking about. This will come in clutch later, and you'll see why. Mines win games, my guy. So he's going to cap. I realize that. My mine's over here. And 8 rad go burr. I have to back off because boys anti-tank will tear this fucking thing up. But you have more range as an 8 rad than a boys anti-tank rifle. You wondering why he can't shoot me? I've got more range, bitch. You can't fucking touch me. And my lovely mine pops. You know, forcing him off the point. I realize MG's unsupported. I'm going to rush that 8 rad right back in there. Get that veterancy 2 eventually. I lose a 250 over here. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. This game and its weird ass controls though. But boom, 8 rad go burr. Shoot him in the face all day long. MG's gonna panic, and 8-Rag can run through fucking walls. Shit, man, we got it all. So, I see the Stewart over here. He's getting bonuses from the Stewart, I believe. Forget which ones. When the commander hatch pops on it, he'll get a fire rate bonus, so be careful. I have more units blobbed together than he does, so again, 2-to-1 ratio. I know it's a 3-to 2, excuse me. But I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. This is gonna shoot through the fucking bush. Boom! Perfect accuracy. I'm gonna run through the bush. I realize that, hey, he's not thinking. I'm gonna try to take another pot shot. Ooh, miss. But with that one unit gone, I risk it for the biscuit. Through the bushes, I'm gonna focus it with the anti-tank squad, and my problems are gone. And of course, the allied nade sucks ass, so I don't have to worry about any kind of residual damage or AoE effects. My map hacks pop up. I'm gonna reposition. That's why the reverse key comes in handy. Don't, click it to go backwards. Reverse backwards like a car, like you're driving a car. Do a little U-turn, and you're good. So I've just ended 60 fuel, about 280 manpower each, plus the cost to purchase Storts. And the Stewart Brigade is gone. I'm not stressing anymore. Now, this guy's going to have a few words to say. Eventually, he's going to rage out at me. He's going to get pissy. But I think he was one of the Brit blobbers back in the day, just by what he says. So, scummy guy, and he still loses. There's the MG. I realize I can't win the fight anymore. I'm going to focus the cap. I'm going to back these guys off, get the heal. I've killed his armor. No stress. The MG's over here. I pumped out a squad of new Askrins. Askrins for my Code 2 players. But these guys are actually really good in Code 3. And I'm going to burn them down. Eventually I'll stop and get the cap. I realize I can't chase them. Boys anti-tank rifles are everywhere. And that's the problem with going boys anti-tank spam with Brits. Now, they can't do it anymore. If you go as boys anti-tank rifles as a Brit player, you're not going to win these engagements and you're constantly going to suffer. You can't blob them together anymore. They've suffered huge penalties. And Brits are just really nerfed right now, unfortunately. So, again, use these abilities. For 275 manpower, you're getting a free vehicle that is mobile, and you're getting a cheap squad. If you think that's unfair, hey man, that's just the way it is, homie. Contact Relic at their headquarters, tells them Zeke Hale, homie, open up the server. If you think you're offended by Zeke Hale, remember that, it actually fucking happened. Und world history. So, I don't know why you're offended by a joke. And my Askrins can kick ass close range. 2-to-1 ratio, he's smart, but at the same time, the boys' anti-tank rifles reduce the firepower. And I'm going to win the engagement no matter what. There's nothing he can do. For some reason, the units are being very buggy with this fence, but I'm going to close the gap again, throw a panic nade. There's the MG. I realize I can't win anymore. I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. As soon as these guys get suppressed, then I'm going to back off in a second. Again, these units were being very weird. This game is buggy. I was telling them to attack, for some reason they were running through. 8 rad shrimp mobiles repaired. I'm going to fix this guy. There's the MG. I'm going to focus the cap. MG can't pin me that fast. That's the benefits of seeing a Vickers. It won't pin me that fast, and I can possibly get the cap off. I get pinned, back out. 8 rad can crush walls. Benefits of the 8 rad, removing the sight blockers. I'm going to chase down this MG. Now, the Brit player made a total of 3 MGs. The reason why he did that is he wanted to MG spam and ham, and the Brits would have backed him up. But because I stayed mobile constantly and destroyed his anti-tank squads, the Brit player can no longer touch me. So take your MG spam and get the fuck out of here. Blob's healed up. I'm going to move it back out. Engineers cranking non-stop. I've teched into tanks. I realized that with the boys' anti-tank rifles, if you have 2 Panzer III stacked together, it quickly falls apart. There's nothing he can do. He's committed. He's not giving me any indication he's going to pump out an AT gun. So I'm going to go ahead and get tanks out because I know he's going to have tanks out. Here's the boys' anti-tank. I get a little bit overzealous, but I realize I have infantry backing it up. I'm going to pop a smoke eventually, and I'm going to focus them down. There's the snare. No stress. Keeping it in the fight. Look how much damage my tank's doing. There's the smoke to get rid of that MG. For some reason, he goes forward, and eventually I'm going to force his retreat. Now, if you're wondering why I'm taking this blob and going up against the MG and not flanking around, it's because he won't be able to suppress me in time, and I have a tank and an 8-rad ready to back him up. And by the time he realizes I'm going to win this fight, he'll lose. At close range, go ahead and press those MGs. There's no way he's going to fucking win this fight. The retreat path goes through here, and I get a free Vickers machine gun. There's the mine coming in clutch. Remember that mine I was talking about, guys? Boom. Now my map hacks kick in. It tells me his vehicle is fucking lagging. And I'm going to go ahead and get this freshly repaired martyr out there. Eventually get the Panzer III to link up. His Brit blob has been chased back to base. The two boys anti-tank units. So I know he's lacking AT to fight me. I'm going to get my anti-tank boys in this building to continuously give me immediate sight line, right? Versus the fog of war sight. So with that sight line, these guys are protected. Also, the reason why the Matilda can wreck infantry, so you got to be careful. He's going to pop in the building. He thinks he's going to stop me. Martyr is coming up. Look at that penetration. Boom! Look at that. That's a 90 vehicle cost of fuel, right? And about 360 manpower. I'm going to get behind his rear armor. I have planes almost ready to go as a clutch button. He throws a panic smoke. And gone. Gone. And again, this tank only costs 25 fucking fuel. Now, here comes Badge Master. The garbage! I believe that was directed towards me. If that's the case, Badge Master, buddy, you fit your name description because you are getting fucked like a vagina, my guy. And hold it down. Now, if it wasn't directed towards me, I do agree. Brits have been nerfed to garbage. But I feel like it was, you know, a hate-filled comment, Mr. Badge Master. So chill out there, buddy. But you are doing your name justice because you are getting plowed like no other, my guy. Yeah, yeah. So, Brits are going to back off. Too easy, Parcheesi. He flanks around. There's his other locomotive squad. He throws a snare nade. It's not going to do much damage. MG's hitting me. Again, I'm not stressing. 8-rad go burr. I'm going to focus him down. I'm attempting to go for the white. Units are pretty healthy. Askrens are going to get in that fight. I should have focused the cap, but I really want to bleed him out. I want to get him out of the game fast as possible. The more units he pumps out, the harder it's going to get. And judging by his blobbing of the boy's anti-tank rifle, I think he went cheaper infantry. What's it called? Trying to think. The one with the Gurkha rifle. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Busy day. But it will reduce the cost of the infantry, making your matches harder. So that's why he can keep up pumping out these units. Now, I've dug myself back into this game. I was down 3 units in the beginning. Perfectly fine now. These units, I told them to repair. Don't know why they're walking away. But you gotta love company of Bug Heroes 3. Super fun. So, Askren's are going to heal up in base. Here's my second tank coming out into the field. Feeling confident, feeling good. And I'm going to win this engagement no matter what, because these guys are vetted up. They're behind heavy cover. Doesn't matter if it's a full infantry squad. I'm going to dodge the nade real quick. Boom! Look at that dodge. Fucking legs like Mike Tyson, my guy. Just fast as fuck, my boy. And Mike Tyson has some pretty fucking big legs. And, you know, the tank's going to back off. So my map hack's coming again. I'm going to take these tanks, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and pressure him in a second. But right now, I want to buy time, and you got to love the fucking free map hacks you get his DAK. Okay, anti-tank rifle's going to hit that. He calls in an artillery strike. Excuse me. I'm going to hop out of the building. Boom! Too fucking close. Too fucking close. Woo! I was sweating balls there, my guy. I'm going to go ahead and back these tanks up. And look at that. Look at that pure fucking damage. That's on retreat, too. They get some accuracy. Fuck. I'm trying to think. Sorry, train of thought. Long day. They get less receive accuracy on retreat, if I've got that correct. So, Brits are going to back off. The anti-tank rifle doesn't bother me. I'm going to burn them down with the tanks. Look at that. You know, boom, boom, boom. This is why you want to go ahead and tech tanks as fast as possible with DAK, because you're going to win it every time. Map hacks kick on. This tank's out of position. I'm not worried about these guys even if I get snared. 8-rad's going to go burr on the MG. At the same time, I'm focusing his tank. and gone. I'm going to lose this tank, no big stress, because I'm going to wipe this squad as well. And so for one tank, I get a British tank for 60 manpower and an additional squad. If I have that correctly. I could be wrong on this part. There's the MG. No, I'm going to get it. A-Rad go Burr, he's out of munis. After that, I kill the squad, I'm going to focus the MG. Boom! Look at that. Never missing A-Rad. Fucking fantastic. And he's gone, folks. There's the MG. Going to clean that up real nice and quickly. Bada bing, bada boom. So with this, I realize my tank's in danger. It's almost veteran C2, don't want to lose it. 8-Rad's going to have long line of sight because of this tank. And I'm going to constantly harass him. The wall's blocking a lot of that damage. At the same time, I want to keep the 8-Rad in the fight. Now I'm going to get a little bit greedy with this 8-Rad. I'm going to end up losing it, but it served its purpose. For the glory of the fatherland, yeah. There's the Brit blob. I'm not blob, 2 units, but he's been trying to blob together for the majority of this match. At the same time, I'm capping, not paying attention. That's my bad. When you are focused on one engagement, make sure to constantly keep your units moving. I failed on this part. I should have kept capping. Tank's going to go ahead and back up. He really wants me dead. I understand why, because if this tank gets away, it's a death sentence at this point. Martyr's going to back up eventually. But look at that. Look how much damage I'm going to end up doing on the move with this tank. Boom. Look at... Oh, my goodness. That's on the move. Now, imagine if I was holding still. So, I'm going to chase the Brit out of here, you know. Get out of here, you bloody wanker. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking loser. I'm going to go ahead and heal him up in a second. I haven't taken the auto repairs. Now, if I had played smarter by this time, I could have had auto repairs, fast capping. But I lost those 3 units at the beginning of the game. So, I was manpower clap, but digging back in. These guys are going to go ahead and cap. They're bedded up, feeling good, looking good. MG34 online. They're just fucking powerful. And I've bought the veteran squad leaders, so they take less damage. Aspirins are going to get into the fight. There's the other Matilda. I have no idea why he was going Matilda at this point. Like, buddy, I have fucking planes. You don't have anti-tank. What are you thinking? Hans, booby, what are you doing? You're not using that big brain there, my guy. So MG's going to hold mid. Again, feeling confident, looking good, squared away, every day, all way. So my little mini tank armada, is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and be aggressive with them. With 2 tanks, you're not really stressing about anything, right? The Martyr is going to stay as backup for an anti-tank, right? Because I keep seeing his Matildas. My map hack kicks in, and I get line of sight because he's attacking these units. I try to kick this bird out. But again, the Matilda is very slow and very weak until you can get Veteran C and tank upgrades on it. So I don't know why he's being aggressive with it. I realize his fatal flaw, and he's going to fuck up a little bit more. Aspirins are going to fall back. He wants to get the snare on me, but my tanks get rate of fire increases, so I'm not really stressed about his Brits. Fatal flaw, jumps over the wall. These tanks can burn him down in open cover. Look at that damage. So he fucks up even more. I realize he has no support on this tank. It's time to push, get him out of the fucking game. Finish the fight. I call in planes. Let's seal the deal. So even if he snares my tank, this is going to fucking die. And he does get the snare, injured crit. Planes are going to help finish the job. I have also teched into increased penetration. Planes finish him off. I'm going to focus these Brits. They can't touch me. They've already thrown their snare. They've wasted it. And look at the wiping potential on these tanks. And I hold still. Something. They nerfed them into the fucking ground. And you're right. You're 100% right, Vag Master. I agree with you. They did nerf Brits into the ground. And I would have been siding with you, but I felt like, your insult was directed towards me. So, Vag Master, again, you fit the name description, buddy. You got fucked very hard. Now, I know you were thinking you're the master of fucking vaginas, but I feel like you are a fucking vagina getting fucked by any player that can beat you. So, again, my logic on it is, if you're gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit. I won't initiate it until you run your fucking mouth. And buddy, you open your fucking mouth a little too wide. So, chill out with that name, my guy, because you gotta stop getting fucked. I don't know how you can look your dad in the face after getting plowed that hard, but you gotta stop, my man. You gotta slow down there, buddy. Because if you get rammed any harder, you're gonna have to call your doctor. Whew. But jokes aside, this is what I'm talking about. I know that a lot of people complain about DAK being underpowered, but I feel like if you just keep him next to vehicles, you can make it work. And this wasn't a new player. This was a Brit main top 300. So the guy knew what he was doing. Yeah. But at the same time, I do feel for him. Brits are very, very weak right now. Your DAK mainline infantry can beat Brits easily. Even if they go recce packages, I could have won. He was worried about the 8-rad. There's not much counters. By the time I get the 8-rad out, I also get an anti-tank squad. And it makes Brits' life very painful. And as you can see, I got plenty of benefits from the 250. I believe it's dead, but when it was alive, I was getting just so many DPS bonuses, accuracy bonuses. It's really unfair, but this is how you want to play DAK. Keep them next to the vehicles. They get benefits from these guys. They get benefits from the Martyr. So even if your Martyr's not killing infantry, you're going to get benefits. Now, my thought process was if the Brit was still going to keep playing, I made an MG34. I have the stolen MG covering mid. I'm re-putting the mines up because mines win games. And I was going to most likely have a couple of spare squads over here while the tank boys would constantly focus infantry on the move. And that's how you make them work. But yeah, it was a lot of rough allied matches today, but hey, this, I hop over to Axis and it's like, well, boo. Yeah, you want to win, homie? It's super easy, easy, my guy. Just fucking load into the match. But yeah, you guys have a good